In this tip video, I wanted to show you how I tackle a bearded iris, both the beard part and the light and dark pattern petal. It's a real challenge as I need to achieve tonal or value variation in the white parts of the petal without having the purple paint bleed into those parts. As always, I begin with a detailed drawing which I make based on a photograph I took myself. I include the outside edge of the petals and the darkest stripes on them, but minimal drawing of the beard part except for a few dots that I can see at the end of the beard hairs. Next, I lay down a pale watery wash to map out where all the different colours should go. It's really subtle, but I even include a very pale grey wash to all but the very lightest areas of the white parts of the petals. Then I paint in the darkest tones or values with the purple paint and the brown paint at the top of the petal. With the darkest tones in place and the lightest tones in place, it's easier to judge how dark to take my midtones. I start adding in detailed line markings using a small brush and some milky consistency paint. Now I can tell that the darker parts of the white bits of the petals need to be taken darker, so I take a larger brush and I apply another watery wash of the light grey paint to those parts. It's almost dry pretty much straight away, so I can go back in now with darker paint to add more of the pattern, including some pale green paint to mark in some of those veins. Next, I add another layer to darken further the darkest patterns. Having these really dark tones in place allows me to better judge how dark to take the beard hairs themselves. I use the tip of a tiny brush to apply the hairs as little lines with blue paint, making sure to get their angles right so that they appear to be growing from the centre outwards. I allow them to overlap and layer up. Then I use the dark brown mix to add dots to the ends of those hairs, using my pencil drawing as a guide. Next, I water down that dark mix to blend in the top of the beard to the dark top of the petal. I again add another layer to the darkest tones at the very top of the petal. I then use the watery grey paint again to darken the white parts of the petal around the beard, because the beard being darker shows me that the white parts now need to be darker too. Now I add some more darker blue hairs as another layer at the top of the beard. Always the layer of paint underneath is dry so that the paint doesn't mix when I do this. Once the beard is darker, I can see that the darkest stripes at the top must be darkened again. And once that's happened, I can again see that the white petal around the beard should be darkened just ever so slightly with some more watery grey paint. I apply it with a light touch over the colours below so that it doesn't bleed. Finally, once that's dry, I can go back in with some milky consistency purple paint to add in all the final details to the pattern. So there we have the final petal, which has got 3D shape due to the tonal variation I painted on both the light and dark parts of the pattern, and also due to getting the angles of all those lines of purple pattern correct. A full, real-time tutorial of this iris is available as part of my online school. If you've enjoyed this tip video, please visit watercolorswithwow.com where you can sign up for a free step-by-step tutorial, check out the materials I recommend, view more tip videos, upload your own work to a gallery, and lots more. Thanks for watching.